Ever get the feeling like the world is hiding something extraordinary? Something that just makes you question everything you thought you knew. Well, today we're diving deep into a story that's both strange and wonderful. It takes us from, well, the driver's seat of an 18-wheeler right to the doorstep of some of history's greatest minds. And it all starts with a mysterious wooden mannequin named, well, Manny.
You know, what really gets me about this whole thing is how it connects this regular guy, just an everyday truck driver, to a chain of events that just seem to go beyond time itself.
Yeah, it's wild, right? We're talking about Danny. He's a truck driver, and he finds this real sense of calm, this peace on the open road. He delivers these wind chimes, and it's like listening to them, this symphony of peaceful sounds. It's his thing. At least it was before the world kind of flipped on its head.
And then bam, pandemic hits. Suddenly, all those peaceful routes that Danny knew, they're gone, replaced with these empty streets. He became a food delivery driver. Can you imagine? The silence, the uncertainty. Talk about a major life shift.
Seriously, it makes you think, right? While most of us were glued to the news, he was out there on the front lines, making sure people got what they needed. And even when things started to, get back to normal, that experience, it stayed with him. He needed an escape, and that's where the ocean comes in.
It became his safe space, like those crashing waves were just washing away all the worry of a world that felt like it was holding its breath. I keep thinking about those pictures Danny took of those incredible sandcastles he built. Almost like he was rebuilding his own sense of peace, piece by piece, grain by grain.
There's something really beautiful about that, when you put it that way. And that's where he meets, well, him, Manny. Danny had just gone back to trucking, wind chimes and all, and one day he decides to hit the beach after a long haul. Just a normal day, right? But that's when he spots something totally out of place, bobbing in the water.
A small wooden mannequin. Now, you don't see that every day, right? Especially not just lying there on the beach with the seashells.
And get this. This wasn't just any old mannequin. This one, it was tied to a brick, clutching a shard of glass, like it was trying to break free or something. Talk about a strange sight. I mean, we had to know more. Our team was hooked. But man, we had no idea what we were really getting into.
We thought it was just a curious little discovery at first. But it quickly snowballed into something much bigger, way bigger. Our team, we found all these old photos, historical photos, and there it was, in the background of these pictures in all these different places, a figure that looked exactly like the mannequin Danny found.
Wait, hold on. Seriously, this isn't some kind of joke, right? Because this is already sounding pretty unbelievable.
Oh, it gets better. There's this one detail, see, that we noticed in every single photo. It's this weird little quirk, a dark wood knot on the mannequin's shoulder. The exact same knot that's on Danny's Manny. And these weren't just some random snapshots either. These photos, they put Manny right in the middle of some of history's biggest events.
Okay, now you've got my attention. What kind of moments are we talking about here?
Let's just say Manny's got some frequent flyer miles. I mean, we're talking sightings with Leonardo da Vinci, like in the same room.
Whoa, wait, back up a second. Da Vinci. Seriously. What, are we saying they were buddies or something? What makes you think that?
Okay, you know how Da Vinci, he kept those crazy detailed journals? Well, there's this one entry, right, where he's talking about using a small wooden mannequin. He used it as a reference, see, to figure out human proportions. He even mentions this peculiar knot, he calls it, on its shoulder and how it made it seem almost, lifelike.
Okay, that's kind of creepy. But so we've got Da Vinci, this genius, maybe possibly finding inspiration from this little wood dude. Man, Manny must have been a good study buddy. This is getting wild.
Oh, we're just getting warmed up. Manny's little adventures, they don't stop there. We've got stories, accounts, placing him right in the middle of Michelangelo's workshop, when he was creating some of his biggest masterpieces.
Now, hold on. Didn't Michelangelo, he used those anatomical models for his sculptures, right? Like real detailed ones. Could Manny have been one of those?
That's the question that's got our team buzzing, right? There's this one biography, and it talks about Michelangelo using the small, jointed mannequin. He called it his silent muse. This was while he was working on the Sistine Chapel ceiling, no less. The book even describes how he'd pose it, in different positions, trying to capture how people move.
You're telling me Manny was basically hanging out with Michelangelo while he painted the Sistine Chapel? Come on, that's insane. I don't think I can ever look at that ceiling the same way again.
And get this, it's not just artists. Manny, he seems to have this thing for brilliant minds, doesn't matter what they're into. Over the years, centuries even, he pops up with Edison, Tesla, even Marie Curie, always lurking in the background, labs, workshops, anywhere big things were happening.
Okay, so we're saying Manny's like a historical groupie then. But really, this is more than just random chance, right? There's got to be a connection here, don't you think?
That's what we're trying to figure out. And it gets even wilder when you look at, well, more recent history. Remember those photos of Elon Musk? The ones everyone was talking about, taken inside that Tesla factory, the Gigafactory, and at SpaceX headquarters.
Oh yeah, the internet went crazy over those. Wait a minute, don't tell me.
Bingo. Manny's there. Not front and center, obviously. He's more of a background kind of guy, but he's there.
Are you kidding? Okay, this is officially too weird. We're talking Da Vinci, Michelangelo, Tesla, and now Elon Musk, all connected to this little wooden mannequin. There's something more to this Manny than we think. I can feel it. So let me get this straight. We've got Manny, this little wooden time traveler, hanging out with geniuses throughout history. Like he's got backstage passes to the greatest minds and moments of, well, innovation. It's mind-blowing. But what's it all mean?
That's the big question, right? It's easy to get caught up in the wow factor. But we got to remember, at the end of the day, Manny's just an object, a symbol, really.
You're saying we shouldn't focus on Manny himself, but more like what he stands for.
Exactly. Think about that knot on his shoulder, the one that links him to all those different times and places. It's like it's showing us how connected human creativity really is.
I think I see what you're getting at. It's not about one brilliant person like Da Vinci or Musk. It's like this conversation that just keeps going through time. Like each new innovator is building on what came before them.
Right. This unbroken thread, this line of creativity, and Manny is like the physical proof of that connection. A silent observer, watching those moments when inspiration hits, when someone breaks the rules and changes the world.
Which brings us back to Danny. Why him? Why now? Why would a truck driver who finds comfort in the everyday be the one to find Manny?
Maybe it's because creativity is not just for the chosen few, It's in all of us waiting to be found. Maybe Danny meeting Manny, it's a wake-up call, not just for him, but for everyone.
A call to find that spark inside ourselves, to expect the unexpected and see the world in new ways.
Exactly. It's about finding the creative possibilities in every day, even when things seem ordinary. We might not all find a Manny washed up on the beach, but we can all look for inspiration, make connections, and find our own way to leave a mark on the world.
This whole deep dive has been eye-opening, that's for sure. It reminds us that history isn't just something we read in books. It's alive, it's happening now, and we're all part of it. And who knows, maybe Manny's journey isn't over yet.
Yeah, maybe not. And as we keep trying to figure out this whole Manny mystery, I gotta ask, what will he inspire next, and who's gonna be there to see it?
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Be sure to check back with us next time when we'll dive deeper into Manny's connection to history. From all of us here, thanks for listening.